I'm Anisha. You can write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. You can also visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com, and this is your monthly forecast for April 2015. Virgos, for all of you who have your Sun, Ascendant and Moon in Virgos, this is applicable for you, and it's an extremely important month because it's a month of eclipses. Last month we had a solar eclipse, and this month we have a lunar eclipse. Eclipses normally come in pairs and the effect lasts for almost about 6 months. We are all now taking a collective sigh of relief after March 17. That's the time when Uranus, the planet of revolutionary change in Aries, made its seven square angles in the heavens with transformational Pluto in Capricorn. Now planets usually are aligned with each other 3 to 5 times. This unusual 7-time lineup has been responsible for much of the disorder and change we have experienced since 2012. Now in the calm after a storm, a lot of you are going to be feeling freer to pursue new life enhancing activities with less resistance, because the groundbreaking action of Uranus and Pluto have broken up or even eroded patterns and attitudes that could have kept you away from seeing newer and progressive possibilities in your life. Now astrologically, a series of solar and lunar eclipses in 2015 are going to be contributing to a greater exchange of ideas across the world, and are going to be concurrently highlighting everybody's senses of awareness. We have a full moon lunar eclipse that is there on the 4th of April. Now full moon lunar eclipses normally illuminate the conflict between me and you, between autonomy and between sharing. And this is a time to continue clearing up things from the past, patterns that have been holding you back, patterns that are keeping you away from attaining personal fulfillment, particularly that are relationship centric or that revolve around your confidence, boldness or authenticity of expression. Now there is going to be more work in this particular coming area, but for now we're going to be experiencing awareness that is going to be there, especially in areas of lack or even in flaws. And this lunar eclipse is Virgo literally giving you a cosmic push to make the needed changes in your life. And the area of your life that gets activated by the lunar eclipse it will see a dramatic change, and then you will see the path that gets more clearer for you to follow. However, you must keep in mind that this is nothing new that is going to be happening for you. This is something, maybe emotions have been building up for the longest of time inside you, and it's just reached its fruition. So full moon lunar eclipse also speaks about reaching maturity in a certain situation. It has become ripe now, it has matured, and now it needs to be expressed, it needs to be discussed, spoken about, manifested. And this is a time wherein that you will be feeling the intensity of that particular house more so. And this is in part of your chart that has to do with your finances, it has to do with your personal wealth, and it also has to do with your value system as well. And this is a time where some of you could finish paying off something, maybe a loan, or finish a financial project, or have a change in earnings. You need to be watching your spending carefully, Virgos. In fact, for the last 2 years, I think we've been speaking about Virgos especially. You should be budgeting, you should be not just watching your money, but I think you need to be investing, and you need to be looking at more new possibilities, ways of increasing your income as well. And this is a time also where you are likely to overindulge, and you could maybe perhaps end up buying something that you don't need. We all do that from time to time, but it makes you feel quite nice at the moment. I think it will be just a huge retail therapy that you might regret by the end of it. So be a little careful over there. This house also rules self-esteem and values. So you could be confronted about your feelings about yourself and evaluate your own worth. Try not to equate, Virgos, how much your financial worth is with your own personal wealth, and also try not to buy that self-worth for yourself. Keep that really, really separate. How much value you believe you have, and how much materially, intrinsically, and how much others know what you have and what you have accomplished in your career are going to be two things that you're going to be mulling about, thinking about, and they're going to get highlighted a lot during this eclipse for you. And you need also at this point of time to try not to sort of let your family get to you, Virgos. I think for those of you who have been forever been trying to get your family's approval, it's not the best of times to sort of, and families are families. I mean, by the end of it, whether they're saying something nicely or they're being critical, but they do have the ability to get under our skin very quickly. So this is not a time, and for you, if you have been seeking validation for the longest of time from your family, from your immediate family, try not to get too sensitive about it and get very upset. And you also personally, I think this is really important for you. You may want to clearly define for yourself what you own, what you possess, and have power over, and what is clearly out of your domain. What your needs are seem more important, and you could focus on exactly it is what you need to feel secure, stable, safe and comfortable, and not worry about the rest. We have Jupiter, the beautiful benefactor, that is going direct on April 8th. He's been retrograde for a while, and he carries on being direct till about August. And he's activating, going direct in a part of your chart that speaks about really activities behind the scenes, and it's quite a private part of the chart, and it is a cycle during which that it could see you being more compassionate, you will be more empathetic, you are going to be more sensitive towards others. And Jupiter in this part of the house also, it says that often it offers spiritual protection at times as well, and it's a cycle where you can rid yourself of destructive tendencies, deep-seated fears, deeply ingrained tendencies towards guilt, or always acting like a guardian angel. I think Virgos, that comes like quite as a second nature for you. So try now not to beat yourself too much over things over which you have not had any control. I think you need to be keeping that in mind this month, I insist. And you're more able to get in touch with your subconscious mind during this time. Charity, giving anonymously, contributing to altruive endeavors, volunteering and helping others without expectation of reward will be most fulfilling for you during this cycle. Work that involves serving others is going to be of tremendous joy to you, and your dreaming world could be much more lighter, more brighter, and you're just going to be feeling very, very intuitive and very in touch with yourself. Now, meditation and retreats are highly recommended for you during this time, and they will regenerate and reinvigorate you. You can pick up metaphysical studies, dream interpretation or research during this cycle. Some people enter your private romance during this cycle. In general, help seems to be there when you need it, and you're building your faith now, Virgos. This is a time of spiritual renewal. It's a lovely time for you, Virgos. So do that self-nurturance, take good care of yourself and keep that stick away from you. No more beating yourself up. We have Pluto that is going retrograde around the end of the month. That's around 16th, and Pluto is the planet of death, destruction, power, sex, ambition, but most of all death and rebirth. And the god of non-superficial is going to strip you down to bare bones to find out who you really are behind the facade. The strength that comes from Pluto transit comes from no other. And he's a god of underworld who is really the takeaway god. He breaks you down and then rebuilds you into a more authentic. Pluto is going retrograde for you in their house of creativity, in the house of romance, children, gambling and speculation. Now get ready to have a completely new perception on things that were considered as fun. Pluto is bringing your love life up for inspection. Maybe you weren't a person that enjoyed simple things in life. Maybe you aren't wired for fun, love, romance or leisure. Maybe you had too much of fun. Maybe your whole life has been one big playground. Whichever it was, Pluto has now come to transform the way that you define fun, Virgos, relate to children or even love. If you are single, you may meet a very different kind of a lover than you have had in the past. And regardless of what that happens during this transit, expect to be renewed. And going forward, you won't pursue love and romance the same way if you catch the drift of what I'm going to be telling you. There's going to be a lot more understanding, a lot more clarity on the way that you look at love, Virgos. Quite a phenomenal month. I think a lot of hope, a lot of healing is happening for you, Virgos. Have a lovely month. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. I'll speak to you soon, and thank you so much for watching.